I never supported Trump, but I'm heartbroken. And I'm trying to really figure out why I'm heartbroken, because I still don't understand completely why. Although on the surface it might make complete sense. This is a point in our nation's history where the biggest scandal of all time is undermining the presidency. And, it's hard to imagine us being in a place where Trump's own supporters, MAGA, who for years would never even barely ever question the president, all of a sudden seems to be turning on him. That is something that I felt I could only dream of, much less, witness it in real life. And it's sad. It's sad that a lot of people who looked up to Trump, despite his flaws, despite everything that he has done that has made them happy, they feel disillusioned. They feel let down. We as a country, let me say this first, okay? Because I know I started off by saying I don't support Trump. I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't support him. But, when this stuff came out with Biden about Tara Reade, that he SA'd her. I'm being careful with YouTube, okay? But, I believed Tara Reade. I did not feel that Biden should have been nominated for the Democratic primary to be president. I felt that was immoral. I understood that the Democrats were pretty much, they felt that Joe Biden was the only person that could beat Donald Trump. And they were right, I guess. But I still feel that that doesn't justify supporting someone like that, because I feel like they just swept that under the rug. They dismissed Tara Reade, and for the party that was all about me too, it was only convenient for them to sacrifice Tara Reade when it did not benefit them, okay? So let me just say that this is not about politics. I was disgusted with Democrats when that happened. I was vehemently opposed to it, and vehemently opposed to Joe Biden. Now we're in a situation where, with Trump, it's much worse. If you know the story on Tara Reade, please go look it up. I'm not going to specify what the allegations are if you're not aware, but the allegations against Trump, without the Epstein stuff, because there's other women that have nothing to do with Epstein, is much worse, okay? The civil suits that he's had. And of course, these are allegations. We don't know yet what's in the Epstein files. We don't know yet what's going on, because they are not releasing it. Even though Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files, he campaigned on, we need to drain the swamp and, expose and get rid of the deep state. That's why his supporters are so angry. And I can understand that, because that's fundamental to their beliefs and why they supported Trump. So they feel completely betrayed and disillusioned, as they should. So far, let's see what Trump and his administration and Bondi does. But I have a feeling that maybe Trump does not want these files released, and that it is up to him, because some people are saying it's not up to him to release them. I feel that, I don't know, my gut feeling is that it is. And if that's the case, maybe because he is implicated in these files. Maybe his name is, maybe there's not a list, but there's information that implicates people in power who are part of this Epstein conspiracy. And it's not a conspiracy anymore. Can we just establish it's not a conspiracy anymore? Because this is all out in the open. It's not a conspiracy, so we need to stop calling it a conspiracy. This is reality. Anyway, but yeah, I'm heartbroken, and I don't want to get wrapped up into the details of what's going on, and the developments, because I'm sure many of you already know. It's all over the news. And when I did my video last week, as I shared with you, I felt like this was not going away. I just had a feeling that this was not going to be swept under the rug. especially when I saw how his own supporters were starting to question. That was like smoke. Now that smoke is turning to fire. And I'm really processing a lot of emotions right now, because I don't know what I feel. I mean, I feel heartbroken. I feel confused. I'm not angry. I was angry last week, but I'm not angry right now. I'm just more in a state of, I think, shock. Disbelief is a big one. It's like, this is very surreal. But I'm sad for our country. I was sad when Trump was, when he was indicted, and when he, when he was convicted. It was a sad time for our country, whether you're Democrat or Republican. This is our president, okay, who is being, accused and having to go through this stuff, and it's just sad for our country as a whole that we're in this situation. Even if you're not sad for Trump, it's still sad for us all to be in this situation. It's not, and last week there was a part of me that honestly felt like, oh, see, Trump supporters, I told you so. Of course I felt that, but that feels hollow. It doesn't feel satisfying at all to feel that way. This is terrible, and where do we go from here? Like, what happens now? His supporters are not letting this go. I think that this is going to get worse. I mean, can you imagine a reality where Republicans convict him in the Senate during a third impeachment trial? As I say, third time's a charm. Maybe that might happen. Who's to say that it won't at this point, with the way this is going? To which, at that point, J.D. Vance would be president. And I'm not a fan of Trump, but I am probably much less of a fan of J.D. Vance. I rather have Mike Johnson. If there's going to be a Republican that's president, I'd rather it be the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, I am flabbergasted and, yes, disillusioned. It's incredible to see that for so many years, Trump was an unstoppable force when it came to just his power and what he triumphed over. He wasn't powerful in 2020 when he lost the election, but he came back, and now he's our president. Like, that was remarkable. Whether you love him or hate him, you have to admit that was remarkable. For him to, and the criminal stuff, like, for him to just survive all of that and become president, that's remarkable. But to see this in real time, how this is starting to, cave, and it's surreal. I mean, it's just very surreal. So I thought I'd do a follow-up video. And again, I don't want my channel to be about politics and me talking about politics. This is something that's very germane to all of us right now. We're all kind of in this together. That's if you care about this country. If you don't care, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're in this country. If you don't care that much, then there are other countries out there. But anyway, but I do care, because this is my country. Of course I care, and I know a lot of us care. I know a lot of you care too. Even if you're numb to all of this, even if you're just like, at this point, overwhelmed by everything, I'm sure most of you care. So, very unprecedented times. I think that this is just starting to really unravel, and we're gonna see. I mean, when I last checked, one of the major news headlines on the front page, it was about how his supporters feel betrayed. Young men feel betrayed by Trump. I think it was on CNN or something. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, we never thought that we'd see that, right? I mean, I think none of us ever envisioned that. But here we are. And I don't think it's going to get any better. Unless Trump does something dramatic and he exonerates himself and, But I don't know, even if that happens, I still feel like his supporters would be still disillusioned and just lost. But anyway, so yeah, what do you think? Do you care about what's going on? Do you feel disillusioned? Are you angry? Are you confused? Are you satisfied? I don't know. One thing I do hope is that this is a turning point for us where we do not tolerate leaders who do the most atrocious things to innocent people. That's not acceptable. That this is a turning point that we as a society decide once and for all that we are going to hold those who are in power, hold their feet to the fire, and not tolerate anything like this. That we vet people to make sure that they're not that type of person, if that's even possible. But also too, that if something comes out, that we have a protocol in effect that gets them out, because we can't have that. I mean, can you imagine how this looks to the rest of the world if we're the leader of the, if this country is the leading country of the free world, and if the president is the leader of the free world? And again, I know I'm being a little presumptuous because, my feeling is that maybe there's more to the story. Maybe that's why Trump doesn't want this stuff to come out, but maybe not. Maybe it's not. Maybe he was best friends with him for many years and maybe, even though I find that hard to believe, it's hard to believe that he was best friends with him, as close as he was with him, and that he had no idea what Epstein was up to. I mean, that to me doesn't make sense. But if that's what you believe, I respect that, but whatever. Anyway, let's assume that that's true, okay? He still has a long road ahead of him, regardless. I don't think it looks too good. But let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to do the behind-the-scenes vlog, kind of going into, just what's going on in my world. So please go check that out, The Secret Diaries, Alex in Between. I'll have a link in the video below for that video. The link might not be up right away because I usually have to upload this video and then I have to upload the video for my other channel, so it might take a couple hours. So if the link is not below in this video description, just please go check out my other channel, Alex in Between, The Secret Diaries, Alex in Between. And please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate your support if you do enjoy this content. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.